What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it looks like a few more episodes have been quietly deleted from the Joe Rogan podcast catalog as Spotify continues to totally be hands-off, as Joe Rogan has said in the past. And look, I think let's first acknowledge the $100 million elephant in the room. I don't know, let's say somebody came to me and not even offered me a job to continue to make more money, but if they offered me an insane amount of money, like comparatively $100 million to Joe Rogan would be like if somebody offered me $10 million. Like if somebody came along and was like, I'll give you $10 million to delete your entire back catalog on YouTube or delete your YouTube channel, I might do it. I mean, we're all human, so I'm not going to get too incredulous about it. I think that, $100 million means his entire family, his children, generations of his children will never have to, struggle at anything in life. He'll be able to make an enormous impact in society. And I think overall, he's still a voice for good. That said, he has a huge habit of lying directly to our faces about Spotify's censorship, and I no longer believe that it was just a goof or a gaffe. It started out when he initially was moving over to Spotify. He said that there was a glitch that caused some of the episodes to not move over. He said that, okay? And he knew that was not the case. He knew that Spotify didn't want these 40 or so episodes, which he later admitted. He then said that some of the episodes that were moving out were some of his favorites, and he just wanted them to stay on Spotify. But we now know that that was a lie. In fact, Spotify did censor dozens of his episodes, and Joe Rogan gave a bologna sausage story about it not wanting to bite the hand that feeds him. This according to Mark Dice, and he's correct, trying to brush it under the rug. And months later, he accidentally let it slip out, because when you're doing an interview, you're talking with a guest, having a great conversation with a friend of yours, sometimes you forget that there are cameras on it, slipped out. Spotify didn't want those episodes there. They dumped them down the memory hole. Dice then said Rogan, quote, lied to cover up things for a company that you work with or work for did. He did. So Rogan said on his podcast in February that Spotify did have a few episodes they didn't want to move over. But other than that, in terms of what I can do in the future, it doesn't matter. The big test was having Alex back on. A lot of the people are like, they're telling Joe what he can and can't do. And I was like, they're not, and I'll show you. Alex and Tim Dillon, two of my favorite podcasts I've done. The podcast in October 2020 generated some controversy when it appeared on Spotify, then disappeared, sparking theories that someone at Spotify had taken it down. But Rogan addressed the issue on Instagram, saying it was, quote, a glitch. The episode was uploaded to Spotify and had some cache issues, and it wasn't working correctly on some devices, and engineers had Jamie re-upload it with the same date, thinking it would fix the problem, but still play for everyone like it was never missing. I actually don't believe that now, because Joe has had 3 separate occasions of lying to us about Spotify enforcing censorship. And again, look, I'm not going to sit up. I know it'll be easy for people, but I am not so idealistic to not ignore to just ignore $100 million. Okay, I understand why he did it. The problem is everyone else would have too, but he lied about it multiple times and never really came clean. He just accidentally let it slip out. He never made a statement about it. He never addressed his previous lies or his cover-ups. I 100% believe that Alex episode was deleted by some rogue Spotify employee. I'm just certain of it. He said, they've had meetings, but they have a lot of meetings. They have meetings about all sorts of shows. They have meetings about the music they have. In terms of silencing me, 0. There's been nothing. Except, again, as of today, April 7th, Spotify quietly deleting Joe Rogan episodes amidst a new controversy. Another 2 episodes of The Experience have bit the dust within the last week, including the one with coffee magnate David Asprey. I'm not familiar with who that is. And again, like, this is... Will Joe address this? Will this be another glitch? Will it be another couple of his favorite episodes? Spotify continues to remove Joe Rogan episodes, 42 shows now deleted. Just last week, Digital Music News reported that 40 different JRE podcast episodes were missing from Spotify, now the exclusive platform for the show. Now that number has quickly grown to 42, with potentially more shows getting quietly removed from the catalog. Among newly missing were episode 411 with Bulletproof Coffee founder David Asprey, a frequent guest on the Joe Rogan Experience. Strangely, Spotify has deleted 3 total episodes with Asprey for reasons that aren't entirely clear. One explanation for the removals is that he frequently backs controversial anti-aging and scientific theories, including claims that his coffee is extremely healthy while other coffee brands are not. He has designed this a diet and frequently criticizes other coffee manufacturers for leaving high levels of mycotoxins in their blends. I don't know. I don't really drink coffee. Clean water that is from your own well is probably one of the only safe things to drink, as long as your well is good. And then also suddenly missing is Live from Ice House, episode 149, featuring Joe Rogan and Little Esther. Al Madrigal and Josh McDermott, Brandon Walsh, Felicia Michaels, and Brian Redband. That sounds like a fun time, though perhaps one too many bad jokes, spicy jokes are tossed around during the episode. Indeed, the episode may have simply contained one objectionable joke, but that was enough for Spotify's editor to hit the delete and remove the show entirely. Think about that. They're going all the way back through his back catalog. And I mean, they're all the way going back to episode 140, looking for any offensive joke and deleting it. So first it was 2 or 3 episodes. Then it was a dozen episodes. Then it was 40. Now it's 42. I mean, right now you could have a YouTube channel of just deleted JRE episodes and you'd have 150 3-hour videos. Check that. 42 or 43 3-hour videos, including clips. You could make a living. The crew featured in the Ice House episode seems particularly unpopular with Spotify's oversight cast. Earlier, Spotify deleted JRE episode 276, featuring Little Esther, Al Madrigal, Josh McDermott, and all these people. In total, 7 episodes featuring guest David Seaman have been removed, while the same number of podcasts featuring Brian Redband have also been deleted. Also, squarely making Spotify's deletion list is Chris D'Elia. In total, 4 separate episodes featuring D'Elia have been removed from Spotify for reasons that are unclear. Well, it's clear why they're removed. The frustrating thing here, again, is D'Elia, as far as I know, has not been convicted of anything. He has been accused of some bad behavior, some of which I think he partook in, but nowhere near as bad as probably what people are spinning up in their head. And the important thing is he's been convicted of nothing. Others getting repeatedly removed include Owen Benjamin, Joey Diaz, Gavin McInnes, and Eddie Bravo, all of whom have been repeat guests on JRE and have all had their shows removed. Then there's more well-known removals like Alex Jones or Milo were notoriously removed from this podcast early on, though Rogan tested Spotify's censorship committee by re-inviting Jones onto the podcast this year. Spotify hasn't removed Jones's latest episode, not yet at least. Spotify has offered no explanation for the removals or even addressed the repeated complaints from Rogan fans. Joe Rogan, on the other hand, has confirmed Spotify removed certain shows as a condition of their $100 million agreement with him. There were a few episodes they didn't want on their platform, and I was like, okay, I don't care. Rogan shared in a recent interview with guest Fahim Anwar. Whether Rogan understood that several dozen shows are being removed and may still be getting removed is also unclear. That's the problem, right? You said, oh, I don't care, but they continue to remove episodes. They continue to remove them. So which is it, Joe? Are you just covering for Spotify at this point? I mean, I get it. I really do. Okay, I'm trying to be fair here. $100 million is money that, in all likelihood, nobody watching this video will ever understand, including myself. $1 million seems like insane amount of money to me. So I get it, but at least be honest about it, dude. Like, is Spotify telling you that you're not allowed to, is there a non-disparagement clause in your contract, which is also common in these contracts where, like, you're not allowed to speak poorly about the brand or you risk voiding it? I get wanting to cover it, but then why address it at all? Why make up these ridiculous lies that just keep falling apart right in front of your face? This and, you know, in the face of another thing, Joe Rogan slammed by doctor for allegedly spreading misinformation. A cardiologist in Newport Beach, California, is accusing Joe Rogan of using his platform to spread misinformation. In an April 2nd Instagram post, Dr. Danielle Belardo compared Joe Rogan to actresses Gwyneth Paltrow's controversial product line Goop, which has been criticized in the past for its, quote, wellness claims. According to Belardo, Rogan is Goop only marketed to men, a claim that she has reportedly made many times in the past. Look, I'm going to tell you this. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I can't, you know, confirm or deny some of these statements. But also understand that just because someone has doctor in front of their name doesn't make them right in every possible occasion. This person is like some kind of vegan activist, so, you know, there's that. Not that there's anything wrong with being vegan, but there seems to be a high percentage of really insufferable people in that quote-unquote lifestyle choice. You know, can save a lot of time. Just remind you that everything that comes out of Joe Rogan and Goop is wildly inaccurate. Well, that's just not true. And I'm guessing that Dr. Danielle, who's showing her brains here, is probably just looking for clout. You know, it didn't really mention anything particular. He also brings people on with a little different way of thinking, which can lead to maybe somebody saying something incorrect. And Joe's not a doctor. He's not there to fact check everything. He's a platform provider. Look, Joe, just admit that Spotify is going to be continuing to remove your episodes to your fans and drop the facade of they don't really care. They let me do what I want, because I no longer believe that. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.